Hello, we're back with Miles Edgeworth, aceattorney investigations. Agent Lang. Langsy says, little cubs, never do they know the real fury of the Elder Wolves. These quotes are definitely becoming incredibly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. Mr. Prosecutor, counterfeit bills made with Ablaze ink. They were all of Zingfar Dominion. What did I say? Dominions? No. What's happening? No! Denominations. Yeah, so I heard from Miss Von Karma. But we don't know where the play money has gone. They must not have figured out that it was all burned yet. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zingfar is in financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I've staked the honor of the House of Lang on this. And have come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zangfar. And I pursued the smuggling all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh no, it is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Curse, you fool! Curse your empty brain! Being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I'm sorry, that voice I was doing for him was just making me laugh internally. I had to let it out. I take full responsibility for tonight in the story. Sheena, let's go. Time to return to our den. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's no... Oh my god, what the fuck was that voice? What was her voice again? Oh my god. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but to go home as well. Agent Lang, a moment if you... You, Wolfman and the secretary lady, hold it! Objection, pal. Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yep, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, Detective. The last two's note updated in the organizer. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Sheena, I'd like to ask you something, if you don't mind. Yes. How exactly did you fail to see the Yashbrasu when you were in the neighbouring room to where Mr. Cochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Agent Lang hasn't touched a Babal investigation at all. So I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first. Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what is going on in that head of yours. So, frenzy. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh, it sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end. Is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day? You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate. I wasn't flimsy guess, are you? Jesus, I need to learn how to read. I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. I should have known that you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. It would appear that way. Well, I'll prove her innocence, so let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. For my opening statement, I'll discuss the autograph that appeared in the bar. I don't remember a thing about this case, and establishes exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony. You mean that suspicious person in the code that she saw? That's right. That person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Escarasu. Pretended? What do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second, but first I want to review what Kay's mystery person did. Kay, if you could please explain for us what the person you were chasing did.
Okay, got it. I first spotted a suspicious person in the open-air stage on the Ablaze side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase.
For the sake of the argument, let's call a suspicious person the Edgeworth. Now, please tell us what happened when you chased the Edgeworth up to the 3rd floor.
Can do. I chased the Edgeworth all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Ablaze embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Edgeworth just hid around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Edgeworth run into Mr. Coachen's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, then... Who's that?
I don't know what voice, I can't remember the voice I'm doing, but I'm trying to look through my old videos as I'm doing this.
By the time I had to turn on the lights, the Edgeworth had disappeared.
When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean, why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness. Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door. Oh, and how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Edgeworth had left through that door, they would have run right into this person. Sheena?
Take that!
Your answer is Sheena? Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Edgeworth had used the door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Coachen's body, the Edgeworth would have run right into Agent Sheena, who was in the next room over. Ugh. Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question?
No, I didn't see anyone.
You see, therefore the Edgeworth could not have escaped through the... It just means that the creature slipped out before Sheena made it into the hallway. I doubt that, as there was another person in that hallway, a certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time? Me, sir? Well, I heard Kay scream. I ran towards Mr. Coachen's office from the opposite direction of Agent Sheena, sir. So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route.
Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth, you nailed him with just an explanation of what happened.
Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Edgeworth could have taken. I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Precisely. Why was that so dramatic? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust open our revolving fireplace wall activation, right? No, not yet.
Huh? But why? Why? I thought this would be the perfect time.
The rolling wall on the Barberly side is known only to 4 people, but if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours, you really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Oh, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible route is besides the door is the room's lone window. And since an eerie picture of said escape room exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarazu's escape? I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that's been possible. Now I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense. He's not having it. Besides, I never said I thought that photo to be of the Yatagarazu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright, then explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarazu that Kay was chasing after.
Not so fast!
You can say whatever you like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand, the language of evidence. Very well then. I present you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same person as the one in this photo. I do not remember. Photos. The shadow in the photo is not the Yatagarazu Kay was chasing after. So, what? I'm very confused. I'm gonna get this wrong. Nothing is proof that the person Kay saw is not the same one as this photo. I feel like it's none of these things. No. Okay, it's something here. I don't think it's that. Is it the fires? Spilled Barberly's ink. Good length of wire. Signs the fireplace has been used. It's either the fireplace or the fires. I'm not. Fireplace? No. Huh? What do you think? I don't want to read this because I'm embarrassed. They're laughing at me. When this photo was taken, I don't remember what he said. Wait, photo taken after the first fire. Okay, so 2 fires. Ah, okay, so it was the fires. Interesting. Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarazu Kay saw. Kay spotted the Yatagarazu heading for the 3rd floor during the fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the first fire.
Yeah, way to go. That's twice you've bit him in the butt now.
Not so fast!
We're not done yet. You still have to explain what the shadow is. And how the Yellow-Grassi escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet. Heh, as I thought. However, the Yellow-Grassi's escape route now that I can answer. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on, enlighten me. Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw of what I have to say. You were busy heading up the Ablaze investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you have much knowledge about the Ablaze side of the case. So, wouldn't it be best if the lead on that case, Agent Sheena, explained in my stead? Sheena's my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss? Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him. Sheena. You showed me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth. Alright, if you're okay with it, then you have my support. Finally, it's down to just Agent Sheena and myself. This is where the real battle begins. Now then, what is it you'd like to ask? Let's see. Why don't we solve your movements inside the Ablaze embassy? During the first Ablaze fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yellow-Grassi that had appeared in Babal. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yellow-Grassi. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yellow-Grassi even exists. And that is all I have to say. I'm not lying when I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Cochin's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony. Good. Just to confirm, did you have your partner when you were on your investigation? No, I moved alone. In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi, is that correct? Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic. It wasn't when Agent Sheena tried to arrest Kay under the same rationale. And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapons owner? Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although I suppose it's never a good idea to let her mistakes go uncorrected. I will make no excuses for what I did in that situation. And you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be a killer, pal. I'm sorry. Sheena apologized. I'm sorry. It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I never doubted you, not for 1 second. And the same goes for me. I believe in Sheena. Then let's put that to the test and see if she's really worthy of your trust. This promises to be interesting. Alright, during the first Ablaze fire. Second fire, I was searching for the Yellow-Grassi that had appeared in Mobile. While searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the Yellow-Grassi.
Hold it!
So you're in a room right next to Mr. Cochin's office. I already told you I was earlier. As I was examining the neighboring room, I heard that girl's shrill scream. Upon hearing her, I immediately ran towards Mr. Cochin's office. Wherein you proceeded to arrest her, as I recall. Yes, I did. She was totally innocent, pal. I thought we had already cleared that up. And I thought I had already apologized for my behavior. Now, if the tenacious detective would be so kind as to be quiet. Ugh! have to agree. Right now is not time to take issue with that. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what I do take issue with is with the fact that you didn't see the Edgeworth agent Sheena.
Prosecutors of this country are also strange.
Hold it!
You were unable to catch even a glimpse despite being in the next room. Is that true?
I really hate to repeat myself.
I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you are not misremembering something. We wouldn't want you to be accused of lying later on, would we?
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you calling Sheena's testimony a lie?
Agent Lang, I'm talking with Agent Sheena right now. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt us with superfluous compliments.
Aw, you know, I feel kind of bad for him.
I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth.
Lang, I'm alright. And as for you, I think you should be focusing your doubts on that girl rather than me.
Why is that?
Hold it!
Are you throwing Kay's word into doubt again?
Well, she does claim to be the Yatagrasu, right? And she did try to chase down the Yatagrasu despite being just an average citizen.
Actually, she came here with the goal of capturing the fake Yatagrasu.
That's right, which is why I would never lie about anything related to the Yatagrasu. I suppose you have proof of that somewhere? Not quite, but even without any, I have people who believe in me, and that's enough.
I see. Kay's testimony is without flaw, but as for yours, well, let's just say that I find your testimony to be a bit suspicious. There seems to be a very large flaw in her testimony. Why don't you show her using what we found out with the little thief? I will in due time.
Hold it!
By the second fire, you mean the one that consumed the third floor of Baval, correct?
Yes, that was when the suspicious person was spotted in Babal. And you were after the same person in the long coat that I was after. There is no proof that the suspicious person was really the Yatagrasu, because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face.
By the way, how was your team's investigation?
In order to distinguish the fire, water was pumped into the third floor via the windows. So the majority of the investigators conducted their searches on the other floors.
Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around lost on the third floor.
When the fire was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the third floor.
And you did that alone?
Yes.
Is there nothing to press here? So you helped with the fire extinguishing effort?
I was in charge of the police on the Ablaze side, so I helped them with their work.
Police doing the job of firemen, you really know how to work people.
Sure does. That's because she's one awesome woman who knows how to manage. I guess so. She's always bringing you a business card on her straw at just the right time. To prepare everything before I'm ordered to. That is the definition of a secretary.
She always sounds more capable than Agent Lang, doesn't she? At the very least, she's certainly more capable than you, Detective.
Oh, I found out a feeling you were going to say that. She's more than just a capable secretary, you know. Sheena, tell him what other things you're good at. Alright.
So am I supposed to just present something here? I'm not really sure what's contradictory. I guess it's just this.
Objection!
Being in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office is the problem with your testimony.
Knuckle back!
Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all.
Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Albastian office at Fireplace?
Huh? Oh, you mean how it connects to the office of the room next door? What about it?
Well, Alabasta isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces.
What?
The fireplace in Mr. Coach's office that holds the exact same secret. What? The Yadagarasi didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. Now do you see? The Yadagarasi would have escaped into the next room. Then the thief would have run straight into Agent Sheena. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yadagarasi. Yeah! What is the meaning of this, Miles? Well, would you care to explain, Agent Sheena, how you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yadagarasi, or shall I? Your claim that you were in the next room was all a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat. Pretending to be the Yadagarasi, and you were the one who she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Cochran's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Sheena. After that, you came back around to the place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now, or forever hold your peace. How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious pal? Sheena? That laugh.
I remember that irritating laugh.
Ugh, I'm getting chills down my spine.
It can't be, but it has to be.
Sheena, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. It was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh.
Funny, you say?
Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yadagarasi. The prosecutors of this country really are also very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? Do you think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor here is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yadagarasi fled through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yadagarasi's escape route.
The tone of your voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed.
That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose and then we can have a real battle of wits.
For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, this is a great honor.
Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish barrage, you know.
I know, and that is why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question.
My question?
Here is your proof that the revolving fireplace wall was used recently.
Take that!
I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question?
Yes. According to I thought I got it wrong for a second. According to Ambassador Heleno's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Kosher.
Oh?
The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there.
Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Plano said he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yadagarasi went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. Movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Kojin's office and my proof. And just what is so funny?
That's proof? Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I?
In that case, let's hear your counter-argument.
My counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court.
Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
It doesn't matter if we're at the crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here and now.
I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. In my eyes, all you've proved is that the rotating fireplace was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagrasa used the fireplace now, can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation, and we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. And there you have it, my counter-argument.
That's very impressive. She's seen through the fact that I have yet to discover that one piece of evidence. What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now.
If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But
Hey, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagrasa name, are you not? This is still the truth, and you must never take your eyes off of it. This chase you're running to catch the truth. You must see it through to the very end.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're right. I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Miss Edgeworth.
So, why are we encouraging her if she's not going to do anything? What? With pleasure. Like, what was the point of that? Just because she's quiet, like, she's not even... I'm the one interrogating her, anyway.
Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it?
Sheena, please, show me you're someone I can trust. Don't worry,
this won't be the deciding match, you'll see.
I'm truly sorry Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Sheena, shall we begin?
I'm ready whenever you are.
Hold it!
So you want proof that Yatagrasa was the one who used the fireplace?
That's right. Well, do you have any? Can you prove that it wasn't Yatagrasa who used the fireplace? I don't need to prove anything to you. Objection!
Hold it!
Hey, if you could please not steal my line.
Sorry, I just couldn't hold it in anymore.
Well, don't fret and leave her to be. Oh my god, my nose is getting blocked. All you have to do is sit back and watch.
You may seem to have some wiggle, but without any evidence it's meaningless.
Do I have evidence? I don't.
Hold it!
So you didn't find anything?
Yes, as I said, not one suspicious thing. Although, as you already know, we did find the Yatagrasu's key in the documents detailing the smuggling operation. But we still haven't found the blade that belongs to the Ablaze knife handler yet.
Ha! See, my subordinate worked hard to investigate everything, so there was nothing else to find, alright? Oh, Agent Lang really sticks up for his people. Lang Z says all men are brothers, and friends become family. So you see, my people are my family, and their families are my family too.
It's a rather large family you have there.
Yes, but as we all know, there's always one black sheep in any family. And it pains me, Agent Lang, you will know the black sheep in your family.
So, do you actually have any proof that the Yatagrasa used the fireplace passageway?
No, I haven't found any yet.
And what are we going to do?
There's no need to worry, because there is a loophole in Miss Interpol Agent's argument that we can exploit first. I'm in charge of Barbely's investigation to not Agent Lang, which means that with Sheena in charge, it's possible she may have tampered with the evidence. Right, someone tried to hide something from us. What was it? Is it this?
Objection!
Well, you say that you and your agents have finished your thorough investigation. Are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything?
Well, aren't we full of ourselves standing there and insulting Interpol agents?
You better not be insinuating that my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor. I'd never do that. However, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
A length of wire? So what about it? And what about it? I'll tell you what. We found this in the Ablaze embassy not long ago. What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office.
You found that at the site, at the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder?
This wire wasn't all we found. We found one other very important thing. There's more? In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there.
What in the...
Hiya!
Evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right? So what if it was? That's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills?
No.
You see? So there was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence anymore.
Objection!
I'm sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression.
How so?
I don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort, but rather I was pointing out that your investigation was incomplete, and that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Ashrasu.
You still suspect me, I see. Alright then, I guess that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete.
The other Interpol agents worked hard under the command of Agent Sheen. And is it not possible that the reason the person Kay was chasing chose the third floor was because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor? Furthermore, we come to see that Agent Sheena was only pretending to be investigating the Ashgrasu to the point of arresting Kay. In that case, there is one location that no one has yet to inspect. Your team's investigation was incomplete because they failed to inspect this location. This
Take
room?
that!
The location Agent Sheena is, of course, the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Koshin's office warrants a thorough inspection.
Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there.
I'll be the one to decide that. Sit a gumshoe. Yes, sir, I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out the room next to the office.
Hey, Miss Edgeworth. Do you really think that Miss Sheena is the Yadagrasu?
Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is.
Then I'm not going to let her get away with ruining the name of the Yadagrasu. Can you prove that she's the Yadagrasu in question?
Oh my god, I can't read. If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to.
And just what are you hoping he'll find?
Let's just say this, I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier.
An experiment?
As if that detective has the brains for high science. It wasn't that mentally taxing, I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu.
What did you find out by doing that?
First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Barbely's ink.
Who cares what his
Coat was covered in, it's not worth that much anyway. Ah, but is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove. Mr. Edgeworth, I found some things you really need to see, sir. Oh, so what are these things that you found? Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir.
You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? This is the one... Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing.
Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Sheena, were the pieces of evidence not in the room when you examined it?
Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in their room.
Aww.
Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now?
These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we all be allowed to examine them.
They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission.
I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation. If you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this. I say let them look at your stuff, Sheena.
Lang?
Sheena, let's put it out all in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right?
I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you like. After all, I have nothing to hide.
Good, now let's begin. So, which one of Agent Sheena's belongings are you going to examine, sir? Oh, that's not even Edgeworth. We're going to examine the coat. Let's examine the coat. Yes, sir. It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Sheena. Yatagarasu that Kay saw was wearing a coat, and I'm beginning to wonder if that stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace.
No, you have it wrong. That soot probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire.
What about the dark substance around the hem of your coat?
Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie?
Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. This is the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace.
Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know? So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace...
Which I can.
What? How?
You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Huh? Me, sir? What did I do? This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I'd been hoping to find the coat that person K saw was wearing. Thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace was suddenly a coat. I don't get quite what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir. All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on that coat hem is.
Oh? And you think you can do that?
Of course I can. This is the dark substance that sullied the hem of the coat. The ink.
Take that!
Barbely's ink?
Yes, this is what will prove that the coat went through that fireplace. According to Ambassador Plano, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning.
You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning this again.
My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at the time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Barbely's ink, it would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished yet.
But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Barbely's ink on the coat hem.
Oh, but I do, and I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds.
How?
How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I'll prove that the dark substance on the coat is Barbely's ink. I'll burn it. We can find out whether that Barbely's ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're going to prove that it's Barbely's ink? Yes, if you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you here and now what the dark substance is. Sheena, sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to cut up a bit of your coat.
Go ahead, I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway.
Now then, if someone could please loan me a lighter or something.
Oh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light some smoke bombs.
Then, if we could please have 1K, we can get this experiment underway.
The flame!
It's the same colour as the flames wick crystal oil produces, which means Barbely's ink is a product of wick crystal oil. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatagarasu's other wing.
Miss Sheena, you're the fake Yatagarasu!
The one who killed my father! It's about time you came clean, Agent Sheena, or should I say, Callisto, you? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you? Do I look like the joking type to you?
Callisto, you? I've never heard that name before in my life. Manners of speaking and attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years.
You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then try to frame me for it.
Oh, really? And you have proof? You insist that I'm Miss Callisto, you woman, but you can't prove it. If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me.
The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, that light of dawn has arrived, and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world.
Enough poetry, I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove that she is the Callisto you?
I do. It's something that the second Yetagrasu has preserved for us these last 7 years.
Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth.
I will, Kay, for we have finally come to the end. We'll prove to her to be Callisto you with this, and clip the Yetagrasu's wings for good.
Take that!
This perfume, this will prove for you to be Callisto you.
It will?
Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle. It's belonged to Miss Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints are on here as well.
This is the bottle of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Brian Faraday, that if I store it under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades, which means that your fingerprints are still on here, every last one.
We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Sheena, will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test?
It looks like you've seen through me yet again. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth.
Callisto, you.
So you've shown your true face at last. This feeling of thrill is even greater than that time 7 years ago.
Sheena, you're...
Lang, I really enjoyed our days together.
You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man. So you aspire all along? Oh, sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after. Someone who's been feeding him intel on Interpol all this time.
Very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Still you, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu. That's right. Callisto you. That's just one of my names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu.
Callisto you, this time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly.
You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadgets, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being the thorn in my side, just like your father always was.
Kay, don't!
I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father. You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday too possessed such laughable honesty.
Kay! You the gay Kay, go right now, pal! I almost called that gay.
You're despicable! Let go of me, you filthy... You think I'm a fake, don't you? Unfortunately, Fifi, I'm the real Yatagarasu. But that's impossible, my father was the one who created a little thief. Hey, Edgeworth. Yatagarasu has 3 legs, do you know why that is?
Why it has 3 legs? These are the 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. No, it can't be.
Did you finally figure this out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu?
The real identity of the Yatagarasu is... The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Brian Faraday nor Callisto you. But by the same token, they are also both the real Yatagarasu.
How very perceptive of you. No way!
The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed.
Mr. Edgeworth, No! I refuse to believe this!
The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of a client operations. Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill number 3. The Atagrasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. Detective Bad! It was only natural for the Atagrasu to never leave evidence behind, because the lead detective on the case hid it all away. You're the third member of the Atagrasu? You. I've been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years, but I finally got you.
Why, Mr. Bad? Long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago? Why indeed? It is nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I got away with this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time I won't miss.
Stop! You!
Kay!
Oh, Kay! Kay! It's over, Sheena.
Your leg!
Oh.
Jesus.
Agent Lang! You idiot! What were you thinking jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for?
I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she's my subordinate.
And as long as she is, I can't allow her any harm to come to her, not even from you.
You really are an idiot, you know that?
Ha! That's fine with me. You should know by now that this is just how I am. Hey, sis.
Yes.
I want you to conduct a full-body search. Sheena might have another weapon on her.
All right. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please.
Sir! Hey, I found something. What is this, sir? It looks like the blade of a knife, but it doesn't have a handle.
This is a great find, Detective.
Huh? It is, sir?
Let's try pairing this blade up with its handle.
Take that!
I believe this blade actually belongs to the handle that was on the murder weapon.
Hey, they fit together perfectly.
This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife's handles were switched.
I'm gonna go return this Barbley's knife now.
Alright, I trust that you'll make sure that it's returned to Ambassador Paleno. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it, Callisto you. For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Cochin's murder. Which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer. You killed Mr. Cochin with the Alabastian knife. Switched the handles and then took the original blade of the Barbley's knife with you. Later you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her and then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up? Oh, that's her voice. It caused an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are 2 problems with it. Problems? In what respect? What do you think? What do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me? It was also I could catch Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using a device at Gate Borderland, I knew right away that you were Brian Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were one with the trail of the Atagrasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Cochin's murder on me. Yes, I knew you'd show up at this embassy tonight, so I thought to use you, but pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another? Yes. Once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the device rightfully belongs to me, the true Atagrasu. You were going to take little thief away from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key.
And the person who stole the Atagrasu's key was Mr. Faraday. That incident 7 years ago. I was the catalyst behind it.
In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Atagrasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It was an especially pleasant assignment.
Then why? Why did you become a member of the Atagrasu?
Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean? The person I take orders from hasn't changed even now to this day.
Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Cochin? And the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings. Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. You're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Sheena?
I guess I should tell you then that I was the one who set the Bobbley's embassy on fire.
And why did you do that?
I suppose it was to destroy all the evidence of the counterfeit bills.
That was what that smuggling ring was trying to do. Then why'd you start 2 fires?
Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation, after all. I've had my fun, now it's time to enjoy the ride. Wait, I mean, Miss Sheena. Yes? When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, that I should return them to you. You can have them, they're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right, I almost forgot, Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight.
What?
I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will.
Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, Agent Lang? Mark my words, I'm not done here and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. It's finally over, Kay.
I feel like I've peered into her heart a little, you know. But it's so cold and dark and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands. The one who thought my father was a problem to be removed.
That person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring.
Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favour to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're pretty pretty, just like the ones they were sending for the Jumping Ninja show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome.
I understand, I'll take good care of them for you. There's a bit of soil stuck on the end of these sticks. Oh, I guess it's that time already, huh?
So it is midnight, the dawn of another day.
Hey, Pops, thanks a bunch. You've really done a lot for everyone all these years. Detective Bad, don't tell me today is the day. Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It was down to the wire, and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We sold everything. But that's just it. We haven't sold everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring, the Yaskarasu, we're chasing after. The legend of the Yaskarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you.
Is it really true, Uncle Ben? You were also part of the Yaskarasu?
As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you.
Uncle Bad.
Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right?
Unfortunately, it isn't.
No, come on, sir. She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Bad. Wait, no, you're no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to... wow, that was unnecessary. I'd like to ask you about the Yaskarasu. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, here. I should give you these back to you. These are pages from my KG8 case files that the Yaskarasu stole from my office. Huh? Wait, what? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night. So, the Yaskarasu who stole into my room was you, was it? Wait, that means... what? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir. It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. KG8 incident, it was all a very emotionally trying case. He stood in that courtroom, Faraday as the prosecutor and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim in the case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's when I fought at the time. That's how we formed the Yaskarasu, and vowed to bring to light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring. I including companies that dealt with the Amino group. Mr. Amino's what is that word? Conglomerate? Okay. We called ourselves the Edgeworth and flexed our collective muscle. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. And then it was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then you literally stabbed us in the heart. And Faraday, he died for it.
But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the KGA incident?
After Faraday's death, I looked into her past, and that's when I found out that she was a phony. The victim of the KGA incident, CCU. She never had a sister.
What?
What? Then that means Sheena wasn't the only fake name she used, because the U was also another pseudonym. From the very beginning, that woman was a spy sent by another smuggling ring.
She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck onto the page of the case file. Please use it wisely.
Trump card?
That photo that we stuck on there, try peeling it off. Behind it sumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago. It's the mark of the Edgeworth.
Oh, it's the mark of the Edgeworth, but why?
This is a direct evidence card for the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something Koshin had on him at the time of the KGA incident 10 years ago. The blood is from the victim of the incident in the CCU.
Well, why is the card adorned with the mark of the Edgeworth?
The reason why we called ourselves the Edgeworth was because of the three-legged raven mark that the smuggling ring's boss used. Apparently, orders from the boss would come on these cards without fail. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. Apparently, burns a bright green flame when it's set ablaze.
So you mean the cards were written in Ablaze ink?
The fact that the card was Cochin had sent made it into Faraday's hands at all is nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police.
So that's what those white cards are.
The great thief that had used the mark, only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader that we were only a few steps behind. And one more thing, Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting to you.
I thought I was going to give him the lollipop.
What is this, sir? This is what I was talking about earlier, this lollipop. During the KGA incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession, and then I took the lollipop out of his mouth and put it in mine. Now I'm bequeathing it to you. This important, definitive piece of evidence is raspberry flavored.
But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it?
Because I lollipopped it back off him. The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Amino, but he's diabetic, so he gave it back. And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. He liked to look at it instead, because he couldn't eat it. But we forced him to tell us where it was finally after the other day's kidnapping case. Now I'm sucking on the lollipop right now, even though I gave it to you. Oh, never mind, I meant the videotape.
Sorry, I've just made that. I had a bit of a moment, sorry.
This video,
I don't remember its voice at all.
Don't come any closer, I'm warning you. This is the same video as the one that Mr. Paulson was trying to conceal from me. Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the ring's web. Amino was preparing to take on the boss someday. And the video was his insurance. That's where the prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right?
Oops, what did he say? What?
The card that told him to preserve the evidence.
Then that card was not the calling card of the Edgeworth, but rather a directives card from the ringleader to Mr. Portman.
Two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds them. The evidence Mr. Portman fought to withhold from me.
Oh, that wasn't even his line, sorry. The evidence that Mr. Portsman fought to withhold from me, and the one that you stole from my office last night, both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is...
Whether you used them or not is up to you. But they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law.
Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to the court that Mr. Faraday spoke of?
But Detective Bad. There is no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limits to them. You still insist that even now? Really are something else. I leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Attic Crossing. Pops, don't ever lose your detective spirit. Pops, why is this happening? This isn't justice. Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now, let's go. Yes, sir! Damn. Is this really the end of the legend? To be continued? I don't know. Guess not. Not for now, at least. Alright. I think there's only one more part, so I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow when I finish the game. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Let me save. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next one. Bye.